It's undeniable that you're gonna have to put in a lot of hours, just realistically as a setter, in order to become good enough and actually be able to internalize the script where you can make a lot of money. And number 3, you need good mentors. Now, that's why we created the Impact Team in the first place, so you're in the right place. But the thing you need to be very, very careful about, there's a lot of shitty sales managers or shitty sales trainers that will tell you to start changing things around and doing things in different ways that don't work. And if you try combining something that works with something that doesn't work, newsflash, it does not work. It's like taking the fucking flour out of a piece of bread. Like, it makes no sense. So that being said, let's get into number 1, the actual scripting of it. Okay, so number 1, we're gonna start with the intent stage. Now, there's 2 main purposes behind the intent stage. Number 1, we're trying to get the focus off of us and onto the prospect. Now, everybody throughout an entire sales call is obviously gonna know the fact that you are a salesperson. Like, it's pretty obvious. You're calling them for a fucking reason. However, humans cannot multitask. They can only focus on one thing at a time. So if you're able to get them focusing on themselves, on their past, on their problems, their emotions, who will they not be focusing on? On you. Because if they're focusing on you as a salesperson, guard immediately goes up, there's resistance, you're not gonna get anywhere. And then number 2 is we need to get a tangible and an experience. What is the definition of a tangible? A tangible is something in the future that is a goal. That is it. It's so simple. A goal in the future. I want to make more money. I want better health. I want to lose weight. Whatever it might be, right? I need more leads. What is an experience? An experience is a problem in the past. For example, I don't have enough leads. I haven't lost enough weight. I am out of shape. I don't make good money. I hate my job. Any problem in the past or present. So here's a script that actually allows you to get all that stuff. Now, as I go through it, I'm gonna use fitness as the main example for everything because it's universal. Everybody knows fitness, and so it'll allow you to implement it to your own industry, and then I'll give a couple of examples as well for the questions. But from the very beginning, let's start. Hey, is this John? Yeah, what's up, buddy? It's just Andy here from like X and Y and Z, man. I was looking here, and it looks like you filled out a form about like possible help with kind of like losing some weight, getting in better shape, all that jazz. Is that about right? Oh yeah, I downloaded that. Okay, man. Well, just to see if I can help you get a little bit more out of it, then, like, what was your main, what's the word? Intent behind, I guess, like downloading that in the first place. Like, what were you really looking to like get out of it? And right there, they're gonna give you the tangible that I mentioned earlier. So they'll be like, well, I wanna lose weight, man. I wanna get in better shape. I wanna have more energy. Whatever their outcome goal is in the future. And then what we do is we go to the experience. So we flip it to the negative, right? In psychology, whatever somebody wants is what they don't have. What they don't have is the problem. So if they tell me, I want to have more energy, what does that tell us? They feel like they don't have enough energy, which is the problem. And so all we have to do is we have to flip that and assume it, and they will agree with us. For example, if they told me, yeah, man, I want to lose weight so I can have more energy. Well, what have you seen that I guess makes you feel like you don't have enough energy? And right there, they're going to go, oh, man, well, like when I'm at work, like I don't feel really energized. I get tired halfway throughout the day, whatever problem they've had in the past. The reason this is so important is because whenever you ask somebody, like, what were you hoping to get? What was your intent? They're gonna give you a knee-jerk response. Oh, well, it was this. Because you met him 20 seconds ago. And so what do we need to do? We need to ask them, well, what have you seen? Because that makes them think back to the past. What did I see? What did I experience? And when they think back to the past, that's what creates the emotional engagement in the conversation. Now they're actually involved in it. It's not just a knee-jerk response anymore. So now, how to tailor that to your industry. Let's say you're selling an offer helping people start a personal brand. I'm gonna replace this part with, it looks like you filled out a form about like possible help, kind of like possibly building a personal brand, getting more attention, growing the business, all that jazz. Is that about right? Oh yeah. That's right. Well, just to see if I can help then, man. Like, what was your main intent behind, I guess, even like looking to like build a personal brand in the first place? Like, what are you really like looking to get out of it? Oh, well, I'm looking for a way to get more attention, to get more leads, to get more clients. Again, I'm getting a tangible. What is their goal in the future? And then from there, I flip it again. Well, what have you seen that I guess makes you feel like you're not getting enough attention? And again, that gives us the problem in the past experience. So from there, now we've done everything we need in the intent stage. Now let's go into logical certainty. Logical certainty, the psychology behind it is first we're understanding what is their process. Now, what is the definition of a process? If somebody is trying to lose weight, for example, their process is their current workout structure and what they're eating. If somebody is trying to get more leads, their current process is what they're doing to get leads now. If somebody wants to get better at sales, their current process is their current sales script and approach. Because if we can, number one, get their current process, which is the root cause, and then get the problem right after it that they're experiencing, and we connect the two, what does that make somebody want to do in psychology? If they feel like, oh, I have this thing, this process, and it's causing all these problems, and I probe on it, and I make the problem seem massive, what does that make them want to do? Well, I want to push away from that problem. I don't want that anymore. And so then you go into the transition to booking the sales call, and it's like, well, shit, it kind of makes sense. We have the new process. So here are the questions we're going to ask. We're going to go, well, what kind of like fitness regime do you have in place now that I guess like isn't allowing you to feel as high energy? Oh man, well, I go to the gym twice a week and I make some home cooked meals, etc. And how long have you been using like that approach for? I mean, I've been doing it for like a year, man. And what caused you to like like use that approach. Notice that question, I use a very skeptical tone. What caused you to like do it that way? Because I want to see doubt into like, that's not a good process. Because now in his mind, how's he going to respond? Oh man, like I don't know. Like I just didn't know anything better. Like I just did what I thought I could do. So that seeds a lot of doubt into his brain of like, damn, well maybe it's not a good thing. Again, you can tailor this to any industry. Let's say you're selling for a marketing agency. Well, what kind of like lead generation strategy do you have in place now that I guess like isn't allowing you to kind of like get enough leads to grow the business? Oh man, well we kind of like rely on referrals, a little bit of word of mouth here and there. And how long have you been using like that approach for? I mean, since the beginning of the business, man, it's been like 3 years. And what caused you to decide like just to like, I don't know, like rely on referrals? Oh man, it's just all I knew. Like that's what everybody does. That's perfect. That's exactly where you want them. And then from there, now we got to go into the problem. So here's how we do it. Again, do you like it, man? Like I guess besides obviously like not having as much energy, do you I guess like that fitness regime you have in place like now though? Oh well, yeah, I like it. No, I don't like it. Those are the only two answers they can give: yes or no. If they say yes, we go, oh, what do you like about it? If they say no, we're gonna force them to a yes. So we go, oh, well, it can't be all terrible, man. Like if you've been doing it for like a whole year, like what do you like about it? Start there. We can get to the improvements in a second. Like what do you like? Why do we force them to a yes? The reason why is because in psychology, if they feel that all I'm doing is asking about their problems and their pain and their emotions and all these negative things, they're gonna treat me like a salesperson. Oh, he's just trying to sell me. He only cares about my pain. He just wants to get me to buy something. But if we're asking about what they like first and then we flip it to what they don't like, we seem unbiased. We seem like we're very neutral, like we're trying to actually understand them to make the best suggestion for them. So that's why first we're always gonna ask what they like and then we're gonna switch it. So again, what do you like about it, blah, blah. They're gonna say, oh man, well like, I feel like it's a pretty easy regime. Like I only work out twice a week and stuff, so it doesn't take up a lot of time. It's pretty comfortable. Okay, I mean, it doesn't sound like terrible then. I guess, is there anything you would change about either like the fitness regime itself or like the, I guess, results that are coming out of it specifically? Like if you could though? And right there, they're gonna give us a problem. So it could be like, oh man, like I'm not losing the weight fast enough, for example. Now there is one thing to be careful about. If you hear my stutter before I say like the fitness regime itself or like the, I guess, results that are coming out of it, that's an intentional stutter. Because whenever somebody stutters or they pause before saying something, what does that make you do? It makes you assume what they're about to say is more important and it's actually well thought out. Therefore, they're gonna hear it a lot more. So that's why I stutter before the process and I stutter before the result, because they're gonna hear it a lot more. They're gonna feel like, oh, this question's important subconsciously. And it's gonna make them give you a better answer. Now, one nuance here, a lot of times I'll get the question of like, but Andres, didn't we already get a problem in the experience? Like, why are we asking for like another problem? The reason why is because if you really think about it, when you ask me an experience, 20 seconds into knowing them, they know nothing about you, you know nothing about them. 20 seconds into meeting them, you probably caught them in the middle of fucking cooking with their wife or whatever it might be. They're gonna give you the first thought, the first knee-jerk reaction that comes to their mind. And so sometimes that's gonna be the deepest problem. Sometimes, and that's perfectly fine. But sometimes it might have been the initial reaction, but it wasn't actually the biggest problem that they need to solve. But once you've had a conversation with them for 2 minutes, for example, now you've built the trust, you've gone back and forth and everything else, and then you ask this question, now they're gonna actually give you the deepest problems. Sometimes it might be the same one as they gave you in the experience, and that's perfectly fine. But the reason we ask it is because sometimes it's gonna be a different problem that was much bigger than the experience one, and obviously we don't wanna miss that. So that's why we ask the question right here in the first place. So again, we can adapt this to any industry. Let's say we're selling a marketing agency services, right? And do you like it? Like I guess besides maybe not like getting the leads you wanna get, do you I guess like the marketing strategy you have in place like now though? Oh, well, I like it, man. Oh, what do you like about it? Oh, well, man, like it's really, really easy. Like we've been doing it for a long time, so we kind of know that it works already. Okay, I mean, it doesn't sound like it's going like terrible then, I guess. Is there anything you would change about either like the marketing strategy itself or like the, I guess, results that are coming out of it specifically? Like if you could though? Oh, well, man, I feel like the leads aren't like high enough quality, for example. Great, so from here, again, now at this point, logical certainty, we've gotten the root cause, we've gotten a problem, and now what we need to do is we need to probe. We need to expand the size of the problem in the prospect's mind because that's what's going to make them want to change. That gives us the leverage for them to actually do something about it. So we're going to start off by just probing, well, what do you mean by that? So for example, earlier if they said, oh, I'm just not losing the weight fast enough as the problem. Well, what do you mean by that? Oh man, well like I'm only losing half a pound a month even though like I'm putting in all this work, like I'm doing all these things, etc. Really, man? And how long has that been going on for? To where like you're only losing that half a pound a month even though like you're putting in the work and everything else every day. Oh man, well I mean it's been happening for the past like year or something. Jesus, man. Well, I guess without assuming anything as a coach then, like you only losing that half a pound a month even though like you're putting in the work every day, like you're actually getting after it. Has that had an impact, I guess, on like your motivation to like keep going? Oh, well, yeah, definitely, man. Well, how so? Oh, well, you know, man, like I'm putting in all this work, all this time and everything else, but I'm not really getting the results. Like I've been thinking about quitting. And boom, We have now probed all the way to the bottom of it. We've taken the problem, we've expanded it. So again, to recap logical certainty, what have we done? We took their current process, the root cause, we attached it to the problem, and we probed on the problem to make it seem bigger. That way they connect the two, and then in their mind, they go, fuck out of here. They throw away their current process, and it makes them more open to the one that you're about to say. And so right in that state of being more open to like a new process, what do? We transition to booking the sales call. So here's how you do it. First, I'm gonna go over how to do it for a regular offer, and I'm gonna show you guys how to do it for a fitness offer or like non-financial offers, because it's a little bit different. So for a regular offer, let's pretend it's a biz op teaching people how to quit their 9 to 5 and get into high ticket sales, for example, right? There's 3 steps. Number 1, financial qualification. Number 2, willing to invest. And number 3, booking the call, right? So it sounds something like this. Hey, so let's zoom out for a second then, man. Like in an ideal world, 6 months from now, like you've made everything work, etc. What do you wanna be making per month? And they go, oh man, well like I wanna be at 20K a month. Oh, okay, and how far are you from that now? Oh, I'm doing like 5K a month. So what have we just done? We have in an unsuspicious way uncovered how much money they're making, which tells us they are qualified. Because if I ask somebody, how much money do you have? How much money do you make? How much do you weigh? They're gonna, it's gonna trigger them pretty bad. They're gonna get offended. Their guard's gonna go up. But if I do it in this way where it's like, oh, how much do you wanna make? Oh, I wanna make XYZ. Okay, and how far are you from that now? Oh, XYZ. Now I've hidden the question, but I've still gotten the same answer. Then we go, okay, sweet bro, well let's say there was a way to actually possibly help you in kind of like acquiring the right skills to like leave the job, be able to like get to that 20K a month. Would you actually be willing to invest in yourself, like if that's what it took? And here, because we made it so theoretical, would you be willing to invest in yourself if you felt it would get you to XYZ goal? It's very hard for them to say no without sounding like an idiot. So they're almost always gonna say yes, right? Again, the key is make it sound theoretical. Would you be willing if that's what it took? Right? Very theoretical. And then we go into booking the call. So it sounds like this. Okay, well, based on what I've heard, man, of kind of like what you mentioned, being in the 9 to 5, obviously not having kind of as much time for yourself because like you're not making a lot per hour, you have to work a lot. I feel like there might be a possibility of like being able to help you get out of that and like into that 20K a month goal. What I could do to help, man, is I could connect you with John. He could kind of dive a little bit deeper into like where you're at now, like with that role versus kind of like where you want to be. And then if he feels we could help, he could kind of walk you through like potential more advanced training to actually like help you get to that 20K a month, like through high ticket sales. Would that be helpful if I did that for you? And they're always gonna be like, yeah, of course, that'd be helpful. And then you just schedule them. It is that simple. Now, here's the only time it'll get a little bit different. If you're selling an offer that is non-financial, for example, a fitness offer, here's how you do it. Step 1, understand if you sound confident enough in something, people will believe it. That is the truth. So if I want a fitness offer, here's how I do it. I go, hey man, I mean, here's what I'll tell you, right? Because like we're a big believer in more of like a holistic approach because obviously when you get in better shape, you lose the weight, et cetera, you have more energy, you do better at work, you have better relationships and everything else. So like, for example, for you, let's kind of do a little bit of goal setting. 6 months from now, where do you want to be in terms of like your body weight, for example? Oh, well, I want to be at XYZ body weight. Okay, now how far are you from that now? Oh, well, I'm at XYZ. Okay, in terms of like finances then, like 6 months from now, assuming you got the promotions, everything else, like where would you want to be in terms of like monthly income? Oh, I want to be at XYZ. Okay, how far are you from that now? Oh, I'm at XYZ. Great, so again, you just disguised it in a way to still get the answer without it seeming too obvious. And honestly, from there, you can just continue, the rest of it will sound the exact same. So just to recap the entire process, again, it is extremely simple. From the beginning, I am taking the focus off of me, putting it onto the prospect I'm speaking with. I'm getting a tangible and an experience, right? So again, a goal in the future and a problem in the past. Then I'm going to logical certainty now that they're engaged into the conversation, and I'm uncovering, okay, what is their current process? What problems is it causing? And I'm probing onto those problems to make them want to push away from their current strategy. And at the end, because now in their mind, it's like, well, shit, I'm doing this, causing these problems, I don't want to do it anymore. What's the solution? Well, that's why I'm transitioning into booking you for a sales call. So those are the basic steps as a setter. Now, one concept in psychology not a lot of people talk about, but it's extremely important, is you have to learn how to use their words against them on a call. It's called threading. For example, if I ask somebody in the intent stage, what was your main intent mind? I guess like looking to possibly like build a personal brand. Like what are you, I guess, looking to get out of it? And they say, oh man, well, I'm looking for a way to get more leads. Right? And then obviously I ask the experience question, but then I get to logical certainty and I ask them, well, what are you doing to get clients now that I guess like isn't getting you enough clients? That's not gonna land as hard because they're not there for the clients, they're there for the leads. And in your mind, if you're a smart human being, it might be like, oh, well, they need more leads to get more clients. But that's not how the subconscious mind works. You have to use their language against them. So instead, it would be like, well, what are you doing to get leads now? That I guess like has you feel like you're not getting enough. And then when I get to the do you like question as well, it's the exact same thing. Well, do you like it? Like I guess besides maybe not getting as many leads as you want, do you, I guess, like that lead generation strategy you have in place like now though? it's gonna land a lot harder because of the concept I mentioned earlier. What somebody wants is what they don't have is the problem. So if somebody told me I want a better lead generation strategy, or I want to get more leads, and I ask them, do you like what you're doing to get leads now? They cannot tell me yes, because it would make no sense. But if I ask them, do you like how you're getting clients? Now I've given them more room. I'm not on them anymore. So now they can say, oh yeah, I like how I get clients. And that's why it's called threading, because you take whatever answer they give you and use that answer contextually in every other question that you ask. Another example, if I'm selling a dating offer and I ask them, well, what was your intent behind, I guess, like looking for like possible help with kind of like dating? Like, what are you, I guess, looking to get out of it? And they say, oh, I just want to get fucking laid, man. And then I go into the process and logical certainty, and I'm like, well, what are you doing to get a wife now that has you feeling you're not getting enough dates? That makes no sense. It is not aligned, it is not threaded. But if I ask them, well, what are you doing to like go on dates and get laid now? Now that matches the answer they told us in the intent stage. And then obviously when I get to the do you like question, the exact same thing. Do you like it, man? Like I guess besides maybe like not getting enough dates, like do you, I guess, like kind of like the current like dating and getting laid approach you've been using like now though? Because I'm using their same language against them throughout the call, and that's what makes them feel like you actually have a connection to them, you're listening to them, and you understand them. So with that being said, I hope this training was helpful. That's obviously the basics, the psychology behind a lot of the script and kind of how it works. Obviously not too much of the advanced stuff. If you're a closer, this is important for you to know. If you were a closer and you have a setter who either does not know the impact formula or you're having calls directly booked on your calendar with no setter at all, you're gonna take people through these two stages and then go directly into emotional certainty and the closing script. So you're obviously gonna skip the transition. So that being said, have a blessed rest of your day. If you have any questions, show up to the free group calls and ask me about it, and I will be there to help.